Inmate Derek Groves, one of the 10 escapees from the Orleans Justice Center earlier this year, has been taken back into custody in Southwest Atlanta. There was a lot of questions after this happened about whether or not he had crossed state lines, whether or not he had gone to Texas. Many people in Louisiana have ties to both Houston area, Texas, and the Atlanta area. A lot of that because of how people have migrated since Hurricane Katrina. But lots of people have those connections. There were a lot of questions about whether or not those areas would be where we would find Derek Groves hiding. And what we know now is that law enforcement agencies from law enforcement sources are telling us that he was taken into custody in Southwest Atlanta this afternoon. We first began hearing about this morning, rumblings that law enforcement may have been working on a tip. And you'll recall that over the last several months, law enforcement both here in New Orleans, in Texas, in different states have responded to tips that they received that some of these inmates had been hiding in those locations. A lot of times it would end up being a false alarm. In this case, that was not the situation. Derek Groves apparently holed up in the house in Southwest Atlanta. A huge law enforcement effort is what it took in order to capture him. He's been on the run since this happened, which has been several weeks now. I mean, it's been months since the Orleans Justice Center escape. This obviously, breaking news as we have a sheriff's election coming up on Saturday. So very interesting timing and how this is all unfolding. Back when this happened, there were a lot of questions about whether or not the Orleans Justice Center was fully staffed, whether or not they had adequate security. Since then, some improvements have been made to the Orleans Justice Center in order to secure it. But we did hear just last week that there was another escape attempt that had been thwarted at the jail. So, it's obviously a jailer's biggest burden or task or job to keep those inmates secure and in humane conditions at any jail that they're responsible for. So a huge responsibility there.